Hi everybody, welcome back to The Vegan View.
We are coming at you again today with another socially distanced taste test.
We are gonna be trying a lot of cream cheese.
I don't know if you know this, but every time we have a meeting, we get bagels. So mostly this video is for us.
A huge fan of bagels and cream cheese. It is one of my favorite foods ever.
All right, first I'm gonna be trying the Tofutti cream cheese, aka one of the OGs, I feel like.
This is like the first vegan cream cheese I can ever remember.
I brought out my fancy knife just for this. Got a very toasty bagel, sesame bagel.
I like a really healthy dollop of cream cheese on my bagel. Cheers.
Cheers.
Get a nice little, that wasn't little at all. But I gotta taste it, you know? Tasting it on this sesame bagel. Oh, now you're interested.
Tofutti is great. It's available everywhere. My parents live in a really small town in Texas, and for a very long time, it was the only cream cheese that they could get. It is like an oil-based. Yeah, it has palm fruit oil, soybean oil, and olive oil. It's an oil-based one, so it's not gonna have like that fatty texture of a cream cheese. It's more of like a creamy, there's no tang, a little bit of like maybe like a soy milk aftertaste.
I haven't had this one in a while, and I still love the consistency and the texture. The texture reminds me a lot of Philadelphia cream cheese, but there is a definite like soy flavor to it, which doesn't bother me because I feel like I drink a lot of soy milk. I'm like used to it at this point, but if I was a new vegan and I tried this, I feel like I'd be like, that doesn't taste like cream cheese. So I like it. I'm gonna give it a 7 because I personally love the texture and I like it, but I don't think it's like equivalent to actual cream cheese. So it's good. We're close, and it's definitely a widely available option that I think is really delicious on a bagel. This on a toasted bagel plus jam is delicious.
I love this cream cheese. I think it is a very neutral tasting cream cheese. I like to load my bagels up with like seasonings and capers and tomatoes and things like that.
It's just very creamy, not really tangy. Usually when I eat the Tofutti cream cheese, I'm pairing it with like a lot of toppings that are tangy and salty and briny. It tastes good and it's widely available. So Tofutti, I'm going to be giving it a 6.5. That sounds great. Are 0.5s allowed?
If you are like a cream cheese fanatic, you're gonna miss that tanginess, and this doesn't really have that. It just kind of, I think, is a really good neutral. The texture is on point, 100%. Texture is exactly like cream cheese, but there's no tanginess that cream cheese has. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Would be 10 out of 10 if it had that like cheesy flavor, but it's still really good. I would buy it again. I do buy it all the time, so yeah.
We will now be enjoying the Go Veggie vegan cream cheese in plain.
And I've actually never tried this one before, but right off the bat, I'm impressed because it says that it has 30% more calcium and 25% less saturated fat than regular cream cheese. So yay for vegan alternatives.
I've personally had some bad experiences with Go Veggie cheese. I don't remember which one it was, but I'm hoping it's not this one.
I've never tried this before. Honestly, it's usually next to the Tofutti at the grocery store, and I just always get the Tofutti.
There's actually some liquid around the outside of it, and it looks like it's gonna be a little softer.
Oh, whoa. Very different consistency off the bat. Like there's already a little bit of like watery substance, so I'm gonna stir it.
Ugh.
It just dripped on my hand.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think this one isn't as strongly flavored. It could almost be like a buttery spread more than a cream cheese. definitely not bad, but there's not a lot of flavor going on here. It's more about texture, so it's like more about adding something creamy to your bagel than adding cream cheese flavor, I think. I'm gonna give this a 5.
It's not very tangy. There's not a lot of flavor. Again, I would say with like the Tofutti, they're more of like a cream. It's not very salty and flavorful. I like the texture a little bit more on the Tofutti. I find this to be kind of slimy. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 5. It's pretty meh. I'm not about to like mosey on over to the grocery and be like, ooh, do you have Go Veggie cheese?
Oh no. Man, I ruined this. I ruined my bagel. No. 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 That's rude. That is so rude. It makes me sad when they mess up vegan cream cheese because somebody could be trying vegan cream cheese for the first time. They go to the store, this is what they buy, and they're disappointed, and then they think all vegan cream cheese tastes like that. And it doesn't. I wouldn't buy it. I don't like it. All right, next up we have the Kite Hill cream cheese.
Kite Hill is definitely one of my favorite brands. They have so many options now, and I feel like they come out with new stuff all the time. I have tried many of their flavored cream cheeses, but I don't know if I've had this one, so I'm excited.
This is usually the one I buy because it was the first cream cheese that when it came out, I was like, oh yeah, I can eat bagels again. I'm ready.
It smells a little bit like almonds, I think. Not really, actually. It smells like something's happening there. I don't know. I guess, yeah, it smells a little cream cheese-ish. And the consistency is definitely much more like cream cheese than the last one. I would say it's a little thinner than the Tofutti.
Right off the bat, it already smells like a little tangy, but not sour. It smells like salty tangy instead of just like sour cream tangy. Is there a difference? I think there is.
This one smells a little tangier than the Tofutti. Has more of a creamy, bouncy texture, definitely a little bit softer, I would say.
Cheers. Okay, there is a tang in there. I don't think I've ever had the plain Kite Hill. I know they have different flavors of Kite Hill. I think I've had like the chive or something, but I've never had the plain.
I know I like this one. The texture is much nicer because it's not oily, it's more fatty. So in your mouth, it's not slimy and gross. Like, I feel like the other two cream cheeses tasted like cafeteria cream cheese, like at my elementary school. And I don't like that. It tastes very artificial, where this like really tastes fatty. And I'm pretty sure Kite Hill, where's the lid? I'm pretty sure Kite Hill, yeah, is an almond milk cheese, and they culture it. So it has a bit of a tang, not as sour as I would expect it to be, but really nice. I've never appreciated it on its own, so right now I'm kind of mentally taking note of how well it's been done. It's just a little bit of tang. It's salty. The other ones I feel like pale in comparison with regards to the salt. I can taste like a little bit of like what would taste like almond milk at the very end, but it's not like an overwhelming flavor. I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's really good. What would make it a little, like just a little bit more, is I wish it was a little more tart. There's a little more tang to it. Oh, that would send me over the edge.
Okay, so I would say the texture on this one is very creamy. It's very easy to spread. It's a little bit softer than the Tofutti, and it is good. It does have that almond milk flavor in the background, but it is really good, nice and tangy. I'm also gonna give this a 7. It's not quite cream cheese, but it is very good and a really great alternative.
That's really good. I am shocked it's made from almond milk. I really like the flavor. I think I'm gonna give that an 8.5 out of 10. I think I like the flavor of this better than the Tofutti, but I do think I like how thick the Tofutti is. Like, you know when you go to New York and you get a bagel and the cream cheese is like this thick and it's like, ugh, I just love it. So I feel like for that reason I like the Tofutti consistency better, because I like to be able to like load up a lot of cream cheese, and I feel like you wouldn't really be able to do that with this, but the flavor is so good. It's definitely a lot closer to the flavor of cream cheese, like a little more tangy.
Next, we'll be trying the Simple Truth plant-based cream cheese, also in plain.
And this one's made with butter beans and oats. So it's so interesting that all of these are made with different ingredients.
What's this made out of? What's inside of you? Butter beans and oats? I like butter beans.
I've tried the Simple Truth sour cream before, and it's so good, and I'm really excited to try this because I feel like if they nailed the sour cream, then they should be able to nail cream cheese.
This is very different. It almost looks like frosting, kind of.
Why does mine look like yogurt? I mean, I love yogurt, don't get me wrong. I do not like that smell.
This almost looks like it has a little more water content, like a gelled water versus like a creamy cream. Yeah, it goes on very smooth, but like more like a gel product.
All right, definitely a thicker consistency. This is thicker than the Kite Hill, closer to Tofutti, I would say. It doesn't really have much of a flavor.
No. 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 Nah. Blah. I hate that.
I'm gonna give this one a 5. I like how creamy it is. I like that it's organic. I like the fact that it's made with butter beans and that it's a soy-free option in case anyone has a soy allergy, because I know that some people are allergic. So I think this is a cool option. I just don't think that it has a very strong cream cheese flavor necessarily, and I like some of their other vegan products better. So I'm just gonna give this a 5. Just kind of meh about it.
Yeah, it just doesn't really taste like much to me. I do like the texture though. I feel like the texture is similar to Tofutti. It's also weirdly like kind of sweet to me in a way. There is agave syrup in there. I'm trying to decide if I would give it an 8 or a 7.5 because I feel like it's pretty on par with Tofutti. Like I would buy either one of those and I would be happy with it. Like it gives you that consistency of cream cheese and that kind of like satisfaction, but it's still not like as tangy as cream cheese. Like I feel like the Kite Hill again still wins on being closer in flavor, but I like the texture. I would say I give it a 7.5.
0. It's so hard because like I'm sure in these taste tests when we were trying everything all at the same time, I am sure that if I had tried this at like a birthday party with no comparison, I would have been like, this is pretty fine. Going after Kite Hill like is hard, so I was trying to keep that in mind, but no. Move on.
Next we have the Violife Just Like Cream Cheese.
Violife is one of my favorite brands. I am obsessed with their mature cheddar slices. I literally put it on everything. It makes the best grilled cheese. It is super tangy.
We love Violife over here.
So white. I don't know if you guys can see. Like it's blinding white.
And this one looks very different. This is definitely the most like pure white looking one.
It's a beautiful bright white.
And it just looks very thick, so I'm excited. So this one is definitely a little bit thicker. As I'm like running my knife on it, it almost is like how it feels when you run it on cold butter. So it's very thick.
Smells like cream cheese. Yes, it does. Violife does cheese really good. So I am prepared to be impressed. Oh, that's a nice consistency. It's so white. I'm like shocked at how white it is. Definitely is that thick New York bagel cream cheese consistency.
Ooh, it's a nice consistency. It's thick.
So this one is also made from coconut oil, just like this one, but I think this has more of that tang that cream cheese has. It has more of that thick consistency that I'm looking for, a little bit more saltiness, which is why I love the Violife mature cheddar slices, is it has tang and it has saltiness. So I feel like this is really good. I think this one has the best tang out of any of the ones that I've tasted with the least amount of aftertaste, and I just think the texture is really nice. Love that saltiness. And this one is also soy-free, it's nut-free, it's gluten-free, and it doesn't have preservatives, which is really cool, and it has added vitamin B12. Hello. Thank you, Violife.
All right, cheers. Okay, that is really good. I feel like it's almost there. I feel like it just needs to be a little tangier and saltier, but I feel like the consistency is perfection, and it definitely, like when you first bite into it, you definitely get that like thought of, oh, cream cheese. So yeah, I kind of still feel like I think the Kite Hill is a little more tangy than this, and I think I like the flavor of the Kite Hill better, but this consistency is so good, and it definitely has the flavors there. It's just almost there. It's almost there.
Let's try it. I don't know. Oh, I didn't enjoy that. It's just too oily for me. There's like a film on the top of my mouth, but the more I eat it, the more I'm like enjoying it. Should I try more? It's fine. Okay. We got it. The taste is okay. Like when I first put it in my mouth and I taste it, the taste at first is very creamy and buttery, but after a second, because of the heat of my mouth, it melts like kind of off of the bread in my mouth. So it's just kind of like a pool of oil. I don't like that. I feel like the Tofutti is also an oil-based one, but it doesn't just like dissolve when it's in your mouth. It still keeps its like form together. And I mean, same even with the Veggie, which I wasn't even like crazy about. Oh, the other girls are gonna love it and I'm gonna hate it.
I'm gonna give this an 8.5. I think this is the best one I've tried so far.
I don't like it, but I don't think it's awful. So for that reason, I'm gonna give you a 4. I'm sorry. You make other really good cheeses. Bye.
So last but not least, the Miyoko's cultured vegan cream cheese.
I love the one that's like the chive. There's like a chive one, and then there's a lox flavored one, like a vegan lox flavored one, and it is super good. It has like capers and stuff in it. It's delicious. I don't know if I've had just the regular one, so I'm very excited. This one is also organic.
Miyoko's makes some damn good cheeses. I love almost all of their cheeses, and I'm a big fan.
I love Miyoko's cheese. Love, love, love. Their cheese is insane. It's my go-to whenever I have, like, whenever I need to impress some non-vegans, you know what I mean? Bring Miyoko's. Okay, smells cheesy. It's made with cashews, coconut cream. Okay.
What I love about Miyoko's is they culture their non-dairy products the same way that dairy products are cultured, so they tend to have a nice tang.
And I know they're actually cultured vegan cheeses. It says here on the box. And what I like about cultured vegan cheeses is that they have a little more depth of flavor. It doesn't just taste like cream or milk, just milked nuts intensified. So I really like when they add cultures to it and like let it kind of ferment. It smells a little nutty and tangy.
This one is a lot more off-white, like almost like a beige color. It's so interesting how all of these are made with different things. They all look different. Like, this is why these taste tests are important. We got to do the dirty work for you guys. Okay, we're gonna hook you up.
This one looks a little bit like the Simply Organic one, just visually, so interesting. Oh, that one's very different than the other ones. Wow.
Son of a nutcracker, that is tangy.
So tangy. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. That flavor is what I've been looking for. So tangy, salty. I will say, I don't know if it tastes like cream cheese the way you picture like Philadelphia style cream cheese. Like, this is elevated. This is fancy. This is what you want to use on like little crostinis at a party to impress people.
This one tastes like a creamed cheese, which is weird because I don't even think Philadelphia cream cheese tastes this much like an actual cheese. This tastes like cheese in spreadable form versus cream cheese, from what I remember, is like it's like a very specific thing in and of itself. But this definitely has a lot of flavor. It has a lot of tang. It's a really nice thick consistency.
You gotta warn a girl. Woo! Whoa. It's super tangy. It's tangy kind of like their garlic chive is. Kite Hill does that, and it's a very subtle comparatively to this. This is sour. Not sour in a way that's like, ooh, spoiled, but sour as in a tangy, acidic taste. Like, I keep eating it. It's like a cheese board cheese, not a cream cheese. It's not a cream cheese. No, it can't be.
I'm gonna give this an 8.5 as well. I think it is very, very good. I love how tangy it is. I love the consistency. It might be a little too strong of a flavor if I just want like a plain bagel and cream cheese, but like in general, I think if I was making a veggie sandwich or a wrap or anything, this would be absolutely delicious, and it's an amazing option.
There's so much flavor in it that I almost think some of you who like that kind of Philadelphia style cream cheese would rather have the Violife because it's a lot more plain tasting. This has a lot of flavor, but oh my gosh, that tang is like, to me, when I think of cheese, I think of tangy and salty, and that's what this gives. Dang, that is so hard because I think taste-wise, that is my favorite. I think it tastes the most like cheese. It's really good, but like, is it cream cheese? You know what I mean? These two, I think, are a lot closer to your classic cream cheese, what you think of when you think of cream cheese.
I don't feel like there's anything wrong with it. It's just so not a cream cheese. It would be lovely on a cheese board.
That my favorites were these two. This one is a little bit more mild and it has more of a cream cheesy taste to me. And this one is just really tangy and super flavorful. Both have a nice like saltiness to them. Both have a really nice consistency. And I would say that my runner-up is still my Old Faithful, even though this tastes like a vegan product, like it definitely tastes like soy milk. I still like it. I still like the consistency. I still think it's really good on a toasted bagel. And there's a flavor of this that NISHA introduced me to. It's like garlic chive, I think, and that one's really, really good on bagels too. So yeah, honestly, none of these were bad. Like I was expecting there to be one where I was like, no, that's not gonna work.
My obvious choice, because I hated everything. Look at me now, no tens NISHA. Honestly, my favorite would have to be Kite Hill or the Tofutti. I thought these were lovely. I usually buy these. But now seeing them compared to everything else, I feel a little more confident in my purchase. And if you can find the Kite Hill, they also have other flavors. So good. And Tofutti, available so many places.
I'm gonna up Violife to 9.5 and Miyoko's is also a 9.5. And therefore, they both tie as the winners. This might frustrate you, but I need you to understand the thought process behind this. There's a thought process behind this. So this is more of your classic cream cheese on a bagel. I think it's got a little more flavor than the Tofutti. I think the texture is on point, and it just reminds me of like that classic Philadelphia cream cheese. Do I wish it was a tiny bit tangier? Yes. If there was a way to tone down the flavor of this and put it in this, I think it would be like the perfect cream cheese. This, the taste is 10 out of 10, will rock your world. It's so delicious. But will I put this on a bagel every day with like all of my usual toppings? I don't know, because this tastes more like classic cream cheese. This is just so elevated. I feel like this is gonna be great on like flatbreads or sandwiches, things where you like really want to pack a punch. But like if I'm just doing a classic bagel, I want something like neutral, not a lot of flavor, you know, first thing in the morning, then I would probably reach for this. But they're both so, so good. Yay, yay.
We want to know which vegan cream cheeses you guys like the best, so let us know in the comments. And if there's one that we missed that you're like, hello, how did you not try this one? Please let us know so we can give that a try as well.
Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up before you leave. Share it with somebody who's going vegan and needs help finding a cream cheese alternative.
Don't forget to check out the description down below for our Facebook page. You can get more support there and chat with us.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe to our individual channels as well.
Give this video a thumbs up if you like these kinds of taste tests, and we will see you in a video very soon.
Bye!